Hello, 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 welcome to Firearms of America, and today I am very excited because I have another pair of Salomon boots to review, and these guys are Salomon Quest Prime GTX, and I absolutely love these boots. If you don't have time to watch the whole review, let me just tell you, if you set your eyes on these boots, get them. They're very similar to Quest 4D GTX. Those boots are pretty good as well, and really the only difference between the two is just a few minor difference in the bottom sole, in the height of the shaft itself, and just a few little features. Also, the 4Ds are actually a little bit, tiny little bit heavier than Quest Prime. Okay, let's start with the review. Now, these boots are approximately $190 on Amazon currently. The link is in the description below. They come in a few different color variations. This was the cheaper options. That's why I went with this one. So, what tests have I actually done, and what are we going to be talking about in this particular review? So, there will be a few different criterias because this review is actually for our ultimate survival boot section, so the review is going to be a little bit tougher than your regular review. So the very first test, the very first criteria is the walking, running, length of wearing these boots, and overall comfort level doing those things. So the test that I've done was a 5-mile walk, 3-mile run, and overall I was wearing these boots for about 7 to 8 hours without taking them off. Let me tell you, these boots are absolutely fantastic. Comfort level is absolutely amazing. Now, I know about the Salomon brand from doing the review, my very first boots from Salomon. It was the GTX Ultra 3. Yeah, those boots were fantastic, absolutely amazing, very light, very comfortable, and so are these. The only thing that I wanted to mention is they do come with Ortholite. This is the bottom sole, the inner sole. Ortholite, it feels a little bit, just a little bit tougher than on the their GTX Ultra model, which is a little bit shorter shaft model. But other than that, they are very comfortable because the bottom sole is pretty flexible. It does allow for, you know, a proper running technique, so you don't really get tired that much. But again, you know, considering their size, as you can tell, you know, they're high ankle protection, so of course they will be a little bit heavier than your shorter boots like the Ultra GTX. So definitely keep in mind, you know, if you're planning to do a lot of running on a trail, this might not be the option. If it's just walking on a trail, great. Running you might get tired, you know, because you do feel the weight. Even though for their size, they are pretty light. Only about 500 grams. Pretty amazing. Okay, so now number 2 is how many different things these boots are proof. Of course, they are waterproof, as you know, any proper hiking boot, you would expect them to be waterproof, and they are. Of course, they're, you know, special, designed specifically for hiking trails. The bottom sole, absolutely amazing. You know, they give you incredible stability. So pretty good, you know. Also, whenever it comes to being the waterproof, just to make sure I mention that they are made with a Gore-Tex fabric, which allows for breathability, and at the same time being waterproof, which is pretty good. Now, number 3, quality. Of course, I can't say too much because I only had these boots for about 2 weeks now, so it's not a lot. Quality and longevity, I can't comment on that, but judging by the reviews on Amazon, you can find a lot of positive reviews. And of course, you know, Salomon, they're amazing brand. Whenever it comes to stuff for hiking and shoes in general, I trust Salomon on that. So number 4 is one of my favorites. Is actually sole grip slip resistance, and I kind of mentioned already a little bit about the bottom sole. As you can see, the bottom sole is very versatile, as it has these different grooves that you would use in different situations. And I would say even climbing a rope, because if you can see these grooves right here, they would make it pretty good for climbing something. But Salomon, they actually do utilize a special technology that has two different kinds of rubber on the bottom sole, basically to give you enough protection, so that nothing can penetrate through the bottom sole, and at the same time preserve that flexibility of the bottom sole, because flexibility of the bottom sole is very important. If you are running, if you're walking for a very long distance, if you don't have that flexibility, you will feel that unnecessary stress on your ankles, on your knees. So with flexibility, it comes that, less strain in places where you don't need that. So pretty good, pretty good. Salomon, they definitely shine whenever it comes to that. And of course, as you can see, there's plenty of aggression whenever it comes on the bottom sole. The tests that I've done, the running and walking tests, were in a few different surfaces. The rocky road, wet grass, and the stability of these boots outperformed pretty much everything else except the other pair of Salomons that I had. Outperformed pretty much everything else that I reviewed on this channel. So whenever it comes to hiking, these boots really do stand out. They do amazing job. And I really didn't know where else to put that, so I'm gonna mention it right now while I remember. They do utilize this really cool technology with this particular hook, so that the tightening with the strings, whenever you do the tightening, it does tighten it in two different sections. It sort of breaks down the tightening process into two different sections, here on the bottom and also here on the top, after you go through these hooks up here. So what it does, it allows you, if you are, for example, traveling down the hill and you need to release that tension on the top, it allows you to do that. Pretty amazing, pretty amazing. So the next one is the temperature. So I have done my tests in the Florida heat, probably about 95 degrees. Yeah, pretty hot. I have to deal with that. but surprisingly, these boots, for their size and for their amount of insulation, which is pretty good. These boots will definitely be enough in the cold, in the winter weather, in cold climate. They would be good. But surprisingly, they were not hot or overheating in a hot climate either. So for example, if I would go on a trail here, I would have absolutely no problem putting them on, because they definitely do not overheat. Okay, number 6 is the sizing. They're definitely true to the size, so absolutely no problems there. If you are a novice hiker, definitely get the size, half the size more. For example, my normal sneaker or shoe size is 9.5, and all my hiker boots, all my boots in general, are 10. Basically, that allows you a little bit extra space in the toe area, again, specifically for example, going down the hill. When all the foot pressure goes down, your toe does not hit. If it does, then of course you're gonna get some damage. It's gonna start hurting in some time. Okay, so number seven criteria is the balance of application, and I think this is the most important whenever it comes to our section on ultimate survival boot. Because you want your ultimate survival boots to be good in all sorts of surfaces, on all sorts of surfaces, in all sorts of weather, in all sorts of different situations. And I think this boot does an amazing job. Now, I was the same way amazed about the other Salomons that I had, the Ultra GTX. They did fantastic in all of the criteria. And this pair is the same way. And I really think that it's all about the fitment and the preference, because we all have different feet, and we all, different things gonna fit us differently. So I would say, just for you personally to find that perfect pair of Salomon boots, try these ones, try the Ultra GTX, try the Quest 4D, and see which ones just feel right for you, feel more natural for you. For example, for me, the Ultras fit a little bit more because these boots, they have this pair of boots, they do have the same technology which wraps around your foot very nicely, but the Ultra GTX just fit a little bit better for me. But overall, I think these boots are very versatile whenever it comes to balance of application. They would be good, not just good, they will perform amazingly on all sorts of types of different surfaces. They will definitely perform great in both hot weather and cold weather. They are waterproof. They do come packed with so many features that are so important for hiking, and I think in ultimate survival situation, this is what we're looking for. Something that you can wear for an extended period of time and be comfortable, don't overheat, don't get cold, don't get tired in. Something that you can run in, something that you can jump in without any problems, without any restrictions, and of course something that comes with a lot of different features, different protections, like being waterproof, or for example this special reinforcement here on the toe which will protect from, you know, some impact or from rocks falling or something like that. So I think these boots are absolutely fantastic whenever it comes to that. Now the last one is the price, and of course the price is, I think, the only downside of these boots, because they are $180, between $180 and $190, which is pretty pricey. Okay, it's definitely pretty pricey whenever it comes to boots. But I think because it has all of these amazing features that this boot come with, you know, all this reinforcement, ankle reinforcement, toe reinforcement, waterproofing, different kinds of rubber specifically for you know, flexibility and the protection, this special system for tightening, the Ortholite inner sole, it's just too many features that I can just right off the bat come up with. I think it definitely is worth the price. So, you know, and of course because it's our ultimate survival boots, it's really not, you know, what we you know, prices shouldn't be really that much of the determining factor, because we want something that is absolutely the best. Doesn't really matter how much it costs, as long as it's the best, because it's for our survival. Very important. Okay, so in conclusion, if you're looking for those boots for hiking, get them. You're not gonna be disappointed. The only thing is that try a few other Salomon boots. Like I said, try Ultra GTX, try the Quest 4D, because you might just find something that fits you a little better. Not that they are worse or better than other Salomon boots, but you know, it's just about the preference, just about the fitment. So try them out. But overall, amazing boots. If you are looking for ultimate survival boot, again, these boots, along with the other Salomon pair, they are so far on the top of the list. So definitely stick around, because I am gonna have much more reviews for this particular category. So definitely subscribe, because more boots, more reviews, more survival gear is coming this way. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.